I'm gonna do more. I know, folks. I know. I just did a 30-minute segment on it, but you know that was day 1. I got the day 2 thread here, so like let's live a little. Let's fucking live a little. All right, let's live a little. Not me. Send me your shit on a DM again if you already did. That way it's just bumped in the top, and I'll point it onto this. But High Progressive again on Twitter. Follow them. They've been posting these really good threads, and so we're on day 2 of the General Strike Summit. This was yesterday, I believe, and they're still talking about Hasan Piker. So how do we organize a general strike? By continuing to harass one of the most popular left-wing podcasters in the world. That's how you do it? That's how you organize a general strike? By getting someone who's extremely popular that millions and millions of people love and just harassing them? That's how you get a general... Let's watch.
What I'm going to say. Hasan, you clearly see that at one point, Afeni was a supporter of yours. So you and your little cult... The excuse you guys are making to shut down dialogue with another socialist is you don't want to give me clout. That's the deeply unserious logic of these Twitch streamers. They don't want to have conversation.
Again. Now, let's just be very honest. I'm going to be very clear, right? Socialist MMA and myself were going to organize a podcast at some point last year. Right? We were lined up. We were going to do a show together. And then he never did a show with me. So imagine there's an alternate universe where I got really offended by that. And I spent literally every single day attacking him online for, not accepting my podcast invitation. That's basically what he's doing. Is, someone doesn't want me on their show. Well, I guess I'm going to spend every single day harassing them. What? I mean, again... And he says that, he's criticizing Twitch culture as if it's deeply unserious, as if he's not literally talking into a monitor or a mirror, right? Again, the things you are criticizing are things that you do and actively engage in and are doing right now. That's why it's so weird. I'm not going to pretend like I'm holding people to account. I'm just a fucking stupid dipshit comedian doing a YouTube show, right? That's all I'm doing. I'm not going to pretend like I'm anything more than I am. But these people do, and that's why it's so funny to watch.
With the people they claim they fight for, because he's scared I might get a little followers out of it.
I'm telling you this right now. Hasan is not scared that you're going to gain followers. He is literally acknowledging that if you go on his platform, some people will follow you, and he doesn't care about you or like you enough to avoid talking to you because he doesn't want the bare minimum to happen. And also, it's just funny. It's really funny.
Okay, I have a solution for you, Hasan.
By the way, I did not need to say your name to get clout, sir.
Yes, I have a solution for you, Hasan. Invite Afeni on. And I'm not asking for a debate. I do not like debate me bro bullshit. Invite Afeni on and explain to her why having this conversation for 3 days is a bad idea. Explain to Afeni why her being in the streets every fucking day is her not doing enough for the movement. When you were saying that the people that organized the General Strike Summit, which Afeni is one of them, are just grifters and YouTubers. So I want you to invite Afeni on your show and tell her how she have not done enough.
So I'm going to be very clear again, and I want to use myself as an example, right? I do a lot of in real life organizing, but you know what I don't do? I don't leverage it for clout. I don't say, I'm a in real life, in the streets organizer. And then that way, when I do my YouTube show, I'm going to say that, yes, I am in the streets. Look at me. Oh, yes, I'm so great and wise and everything I say. No, I do in-person activism, and then I do a stupid YouTube show, right? These people, on the other hand, are like, I donated my time to a soup kitchen one time, therefore, I am the super activist and my podcast is of the utmost importance. It's great that you do in-person activism. That's great. But that is a completely separate conversation on what the Fred Hampton leftist YouTube network is and the General Strike Summit is. Those are two separate entities, right? My YouTube show is not linked inextricably to my in-person activism. They are two separate entities. Sometimes I will talk about it on my YouTube show. You know, very rarely I will talk about my YouTube show in person because no one gives a shit, and most of the people I organize with are seniors, so they don't even know what YouTube is for the most part, right? But like, very rarely will they cross paths in any capacity, and that's good. I don't like that. I don't want to get too murky with it, you know. So, but again, you know, it's just another way for them to get like badges and Pokemon or something. It's like, yep, I volunteered my time at a soup kitchen. I fixed my friend's car. I grew a potato out of the ground, and that's why my podcast is better than Hasan Piker. It's like, I what?
For the movement, the guy who played Nintendo all day in his mansion. I want you to invite Afeni on and explain to your audience how you do more than her.
This is like a Josh Hawley speech. Like, oh. Hasan Piker plays video games. Oh my god, canceled.
I would love to hear it. Once again, I don't need the clout. I don't need it. So, since you guys are so deeply unserious that that's your main concern, oh, God forbid people hear from a black left socialist. God forbid that happens. If you don't like me and you mad because I ratioed you,
imagine, like, again, I'm going to be very clear. Imagine, I ratioed you on Twitter, right? That's wow. Like, wow. You know what I mean? Like, whoa. Nick the Prick ratioed Hasan Piker on YouTube or on Twitter or whatever. Whoa. Whoa, folks. Damn.
Right? If you're mad because I did that, if you're mad because I exposed you multiple times, and you don't want...
Whoa! Nick the Prick, Socialist MMA, exposed Hasan Piker. Whoa, dude. Damn, that's crazy. Wow, I didn't know that. That changes my whole perspective.
Give me attention. Invite Afeni on, who clearly said she liked you at one point. She was a supporter. And if you are not willing to talk to her, that shows you are deeply unserious and you are an intellectual coward.
All right, so Nick, I've ratioed you on Twitter. I've exposed you on Twitter. I'm exposing you right now. But we also used to be friends during the Bernie campaign on Twitter, right? So we used to DM, right? We used to hang on the Twitter DMs, right? So how about you invite me on your show? And if you don't, that means you're deeply unserious and you're exposed. Yeah, that's right. I'm holding you accountable right now. If you don't invite me on your show, you're exposed. Like what?
Sense, right?
That's absolutely.
In a general sense, right?
That's absolutely.
And what do you call a group of workers from different industries that is working together for a general with general demands for the general betterment of workers? Wonder what you call that.
Right. Well, I tell you what, there is a driving
in a general sense, right?
I don't understand what that clip even is, but it's just cringe. Oh God, we have Jimmy Dore on. Let's go.
You know, it's just like, hey, do you want to be oppressed by the Republican Party, or you want to be oppressed by the Democratic Party? And that's really the difference. They're both your oppressors, and I think that's why they amp up so much. They want to talk about January 6th over and over, and it's because they want us to divide. They want us to hate our neighbor. That's why they're using COVID. And
folks, far-right neo-fascists who want to kill black people, gay people, trans people, right? Storming the Capitol to install a dictator as president who promised to do all of those things. That's actually not that bad when you compare it to AOC saying that immigrants' lives matter. Really, like, what's more divisive? What's more divisive? Saying that immigrants shouldn't be killed, or storming the Capitol and trying to install a neo-Nazi as president? I think really acknowledging that immigrants exist, I think that's way more divisive. So I'm in agreement with Jimmy Dore here.
Mandates to get us to look at each other as as Noam Chomsky said, these people who are unvaccinated want to kill us. And now we know just how crazy that is, because study after study keeps showing that the vaccines don't stop you from transmitting the virus.
So again, I need to be very clear here. Okay, in fact, I'm going to make this a separate segment. I'm going to make this a separate